Yo, hello my fellow magical movie nerds. In today's episode, we're whipping up some magic in the castle. We're ranking all the Harry Potter movies. Now, if you didn't know, I myself am a huge Potterhead. I love the series and I heavily recommend the franchise if you haven't seen it. I would definitely say I slept on it and I regret not watching it sooner because it's so fire and peak. And I guarantee others have as well. And before we get to the ranking, I just want to inform you I'm only ranking the 8 main-based movies. I haven't seen Fantastic Beasts, and I don't plan to, ever. And alright, enough of that, let's get to number 8. Alright, number 8 is going to go to Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Now, this is an easy bottom for me. The whole movie is just this wild goose chase, and they're just attempting to finding and destroying the remaining Horcruxes left. What bothers me is just this easily feels like a setup for part 2, and that's pretty much all it has going for it. One thing I actually enjoy about this movie is the start. I love the chase scene between the Order and the Death Eaters. Hedwig and Mad Eye's death are really actually sad and emotional. The thing that puts this at the bottom even more is the fact that Ron, Harry's best friend for like 6 other movies, pretty much gets affected by the Dark Locket and starts to hate him this whole movie. It's just super off-putting, and when you have a build-up of this friendship for so long, it just feels super weird and not like his character. Overall, this movie is terrible, and it goes to my least favorite. Not much more to say. Number 7, Philosopher Stone. Now, I get a lot of people are suckers for this movie and love this origin. I've had people say this is the best Harry Potter, and I'm just like, what are you doing? You're whack. Me, I've never understood the hype. This is a movie that starts it all, and in my opinion, it starts a little too slow for me. All the stuff with the Dursleys are super slow paced, and it really gets frustrating seeing Harry just get treated like dog shit for 20 minutes. The introductions to everything like Diagon Alley are fun, but nothing too great. The villain being Professor Quirrell is super recognizable that he's the villain the whole time. He's always acting shady and super secretive this whole movie. I think the main entertainment of this movie is the children themselves. The acting between them is all just super genuine and fresh. I think this movie has not much going for it besides the actual introduction to the Wizarding World. Number 6, Order of the Phoenix. This one was super hard for me to rank because there are a lot of great things about this movie, but also have a lot of flaws. I love the addition of Umbridge this movie. It introduces a character you hate more than anyone else in this franchise. Yeah, you really want to see her downfall this whole film. I enjoy how this is the first actual time Harry's being the mentor and training other people. For 4 other movies, it's been the other way around, and it's a nice change up. Something that always throws me off during this movie is that period where everyone hates and thinks Harry's lying about facing Voldemort and Cedric's death. I find this side plot super lame considering everyone at this point knows Harry Potter is the chosen one. Like, do they just forget everything that happened in previous movies and all the people he saved? Maybe it's just a dumb nitpick, but let me know in the comments. I enjoyed the chase and the Ministry as well. It leads to Sirius's death. You really see some of the best emotion from the series yet. Also, that fight between Voldemort and Dumbledore is freaking epic, bro. Some goods, some bads, but this is gonna put it a little bit in the middle. Number 5, The Chamber of Secrets. Shh. I know this was probably some of your lows, but for me, this movie isn't as bad as everyone takes it. With this being the shortest book in the series, but having the biggest movie length, this film definitely feels stretched out at some points. Let's get to why I have this ranked so high on the list. The mystery. The mystery behind who's making the students petrify is some of the best suspense and build-up in the series. If you like me and watched the movies before the books, you had no idea who was causing them. This is also the first movie where you learn Tom Riddle's origin, and later his reveal that he's Voldemort is so good and actually fire. The Basilisk is cool too, having sort of a creature no one's ever seen but only heard tales, is super mysterious and interesting. I think the professor this movie, Professor Lockhart, is just really stupid and never makes me laugh. He's really only there for the comedic relief, but never really seems to entertain me at all. His foolishness is just super lame and makes me not care about his character one bit. Personally, I think this movie gets too much hate and I have it on number 5. Alright, we're going halfway down the list. We're already at number 4 already, guys. Maybe I'm talking too fast. I don't know. But it's going to go to Deathly Hallows Part 2. Now, this is probably one of the most mixed movies on this list. I know many people who adore it and many people who hate it. With me standing, I typically come back to this movie and pretty much enjoy it every time. I find the third act / war really cool, and it's nice to see the fall of Hogwarts during this. The bank scene in the beginning is super cool, and I love the dragon escape. It's actually so sick. The reveal that Nagini, the snake, is actually the final Horcrux is pretty actually amazing. Let's talk about the scene with Neville and the Sword of Gryffindor. Oh my god! The way he just pulls it. Okay, I'm glazing. Everyone seems to have massive glow-ups in this movie. And that's not really a reason for this ranking, I just thought I'd include that. One of my favorite scenes in this movie, and the franchise as a whole, is Snape's death. This is one of the only scenes that has made me cry, and it deserves praise for its amazing acting. Also, let's talk about a super underrated scene during this movie, Harry's death / limbo. The scene with him talking to Dumbledore is so good, and I think it goes under the radar for a lot of people. I love how he's now free of Voldemort and can choose to stay if he wants to, or he can return to his body. The choice to return to his body is just so powerful, and it really portrays why he's such an amazing character. I really like this movie, but 3 others come before it. We have made it to the top 3. Let's go! Number 3 is The Goblet of Fire. The Goblet of Fire. This is a movie with so much fun in it, and you're entertained the whole time. I find the Triwizard Cup so freaking fun, and it's a real change up from having people petrified and literally dying from the previous movies. This movie is all about just a tournament, and boy am I a sucker for tournaments. This is also the first movie that Voldemort makes a physical appearance, and he's just so good at taking the screen away. He has so much aura and it's not even funny. Cedric Diggory is always a lovely inclusion. He's actually pretty likable considering he's in Hufflepuff. The action in this movie is so fast-paced and heart-racing. All 3 trials are each so rich and enjoyable. The dragon chase with Harry is actually beautiful, I love it. This movie easily makes it in the top 3 spot just because of the Dumbledore goblet scene.
Harry, did you put that shit in the flames?
Hell no, Gandalf!
I'm only joking. Like Order of the Phoenix, something that pisses me off again is the fact that everyone starts hating Harry because they think he cheated his way into the tournament. Ron starts getting jealous for no reason, like he would have had a chance in the tournament, and he doesn't even have the Dark Locket. Why is he so mad? Random thought, but do y'all actually like Ron? Like, let's be for real. He's always been one of my least favorite characters this whole series, and I seem to only enjoy his character before he matures. It seems whenever he does mature, he starts acting like a baby, which doesn't really make much sense. If y'all hate Ron too, smash the like button until it breaks. Back to Goblet. This movie features a lot of fun, and overall it's just an enjoying movie from start to end. And number 2 is a real sleeper. It's gonna be Half-Blood Prince. Man, does this movie get some freaking hate. I don't care though, it's at my 2 and we're gonna explain why. I've heard a lot of people complain this movie is so dark, but child, that is why this movie is so damn good. This is the darkest Harry Potter has gotten, and it's a real change in mood from the other films. Something about learning who the Half-Blood Prince was and how he learned all the secrets to Hogwarts is so captivating and intriguing. The main thing that puts this film in the 2nd spot is a character I've yet to mention during this video but wanted to save him for this spot, Draco Malfoy. Draco is such a deep character and there is so much depth to him. I find the imbalance with him wanting to do the right thing versus his expectations as a son just so touching and moving. This whole movie, Draco is just so hurt and indecisive about where he stands. The scene with him attempting to kill Dumbledore is my favorite scene in all of Harry Potter. You can tell there's so much pain in this scene and really gets you empathetic for him. This is also the same scene with Snape killing Dumbledore, which makes it all more painful. Reb Dor, even though he's really not that great of a character. I find this movie the most underrated in this series and seriously receives too much hate for what it has going for it. I left out the whole inclusion of Ron winning the Quidditch finals, but frankly I don't care about that whatsoever. Overall, I love this movie and heavily recommend another watch if you think it's bad. And we made it to number 1. You guys all know what this is. It has not changed for me since I've seen this movie. This is a movie that I debate in my top movies of all time. This is a movie that doesn't even have to be Harry Potter for it to be good. You all know which one I'm talking about. This is Prisoner of Azkaban. God, this movie is glorious. Let's start with the big reason I realized I enjoy the movies so much. Time travel. Time travel movies are so easy to love, and this film being no exception. Every sequence where they went back in time is so satisfying and rewarding. I think this movie hits best during your second rewatch. After knowing all the time travel events, you understand it all and it feels great. Let's also show some appreciation for the best professor in this whole franchise, Professor Goat Lupin. He became one of my favorite characters so fast. Him being an actual mentor to Harry after all these previous professors who were actually frauds. He also introduces us to the Patronus spell for the first time, and this is one of the best spells featured in the world. Another introduction, the Dementors being such a good antagonist during this whole movie. The suspense with Sirius Black is also so entertaining and kind of spooky at some times. This is also a movie where some of my favorite scenes occur. Let's go ahead and rapid fire this. Harry encountering a Dementor doing Quidditch, fire. Harry riding Buckbeak for the first time, fire. And objectively one of the best scenes in movie history, Harry's first Patronus cast, so fire. If someone doesn't like this movie, I urge them to rewatch it and tell me if they like it regardless. Harry and the Prisoner of Azkaban comes in the #1 spot. So what did you guys think of today's ranking? Was it fire? Was it ass? Let me know. I urge all of you guys to tell me some more rankings you guys would want to see me do. Who knows, I might do it. If not, I'm going to put you in a genjutsu like Itachi and I'm going to force you to comment. I urge all of you guys to tell me some more rankings you guys would want to see me do. I urge all of you guys to tell me some more rankings you guys would want to see me do. I urge all of you guys to tell me some more rankings you guys would want to see me do. Well, this was yours truly, XP Tyler, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace, nerds. Yo, Evil Within. Yo, play this game. Now. Well, look here. I'm ready. I'm about to play it. So, yo, if y'all like this game, yo, just hit the like button, maybe hit the subscribe, maybe comment.